just... Hi, this is Thomas Garvey Roofing, and we're going to go ahead and go over a few details on a high-performance single-ply roofing system. So we're here today to show the difference between a properly installed single-ply clamp-style roof drain and the extra steps that I put in for my customers. First of all, we start off with this drain has already been marked and it's already been roughly installed. So all we're doing is putting a clamp on it. So it'll be just like that. So the first thing I need to do is to assess exactly where it is. Can't be close, it's got to be exact. So I'm trying to stretch it out, see where it goes flush. And I feel as though I'm right on top of it. Biggest scissors you ever seen in your life, right? So the important thing is when you cut this drain out is to not go past the pitch change. So I'm going to kind of take my time at this and just let it go nice and slow. Okay, so now that we've got it cut out and I've got my holes kind of marked a little bit, I don't mind doing that. What I have to do is visually see the bead of caulking all the way around. It has to be a continuous bead, very important. You don't want to have water backing up on your drains. So yes, putting my head against the roof is necessary. I don't know if you can see it, how it's starting to take shape here. Now I'm happy I've got a continuous bead all the way around. And I'm kind of smoothing it out. Shape is very important too in roofing. You want to have everything nice and low. Now that's feeling pretty good. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and put the clamp back on. Make sure I've got all my screws centered. Takes a little time to get that first one in, but it's worth spending the extra time to make sure it's exactly right. See how that just kind of dropped right in there? It's very important not to tighten everything the first screw up very much. You just want to get them all in there. Patience is the key with this type of work. There we go. Just go ahead and set them in place. Now that all the screws are in, we can go ahead and start the tightening process. Alrighty. So what I'm checking for is the roof level as compared to the level of my clamp. So I want my clamp to be a little bit lower than the rest of the roof. So it's important that I don't over tighten it. It's important that I tighten it just right. So I'm pretty happy with the position of it. Now I just want to make sure the tension on the material is uniform. And you can't see it, but when the sealant came up through around that screw, that's a wonderful sign for me. Wonderful sign. Okay, so now this is pretty close to being done. What we're going to need to do now is trim this material off on the inside here. You got to have a sharp knife. This material looks thin and relatively weak, but let me tell you, it's so strong you could not tear it by hand at all. I'll show you in a minute why cutting this material out is pretty important. What we're going to do is run a little bead. Whew, I got this gun turned up pretty fast. There you go. So I've got a little bead in there. Now I'm going to shape it. See how I fill in that whole crevice with sealant? I'm going to cover up all my screws too, so I got plenty extra. And I like to use white sealant, because white is going to reflect the rays of the sun and the sealant's going to last longer. To me, the sealant on a roof is the weakest part of it. So you never want to rely on sealant for a waterproofing. You want to rely on sealant as a backup. Okay? And then here we go. We got more of these screw heads we're going to put on. And I don't know if you can see it, but I'm actually pushing the sealant in. I'm not just covering it. I'm pushing it in. Now that I've got my screw heads taken care of, now I'd like to take care of just this bit of a seam on the outside. And I know you're thinking, this looks like fun, right? This is a properly installed clamp style drain on a single ply roof system. Now walk with me over here and I'll show you how we finish it off in my company. So this is how I finish off a drain in my company. This is considered way overdoing it, but that's how I do it. So now, what we do, if you look in there, you can see there's actually the drain again. So what I'm gonna do is carefully cut until my material can lay flat against the roof itself, or against the drain itself. Okay? Nice, and the shape needs to be just right. See, now we've got all nice relief cuts. So what I'm gonna do here, off camera, because I'm sure you guys are getting bored of this already, is that I'm gonna go ahead and put sealant all underneath, all in here, okay? I'm gonna stick it down, and I'm gonna use a fiber reinforcement. The color of the sealant is going to be white to protect it from the sun. Also, this drain, I don't like it, so I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna take this drain and cut the bottom off so that it protects it from any large objects that can be up here and won't clog it, and it also won't impede the flow of water, because even a 1/4 inch lip at the end of your drain is a 1/4 inch of water that doesn't need to be up on the roof. That's the difference. Thomas Garvey Roofing. Y'all have a nice day.